All right, first things first, before you step on the field, you've got to have a plan on how to get loose. Now, one thing I would highly recommend is that you stay away from static stretching. If you're not familiar with static stretching, that would be just standing in place. There's not a whole lot going on. Inside your warm-up, you're going to need a couple of things, and the very first one that I would start with, number one, it's got to be hip mobility. Now, when I discuss hip mobility is just, think of it as flexibility in motion. Now, your hips, they control everything that you do inside baseball. You think about inside baseball, it's a rotational sport. Whether you're hitting, swinging, or running, you've got to be able to use your hips. Heck, even sitting the bench, you've got to be able to use your hips. But the key is, most players have no idea how to use their hips. And here's something that you really need to think about. Most arm injuries occur because we've got a deficit in our hips. Yeah, it's true. If you have weaknesses in your hips, you're setting yourself up for injury. You're guaranteed to lose velocity. You're putting more stress on your arm, and you're leaving so much on the table. So hip mobility has to be a part of your program. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you some quick and easy ways. We're going to call these dynamic. It's a dynamic warm-up, but not only am I going to discuss hip mobility, I'm going to show you a total body warm-up so we can start to increase some blood flow, we can get loose in a hurry, and we're ready to go. And here's what you've got to think about. You know, as most of the time in summer ball, you don't have 45 minutes to get loose. A lot of times you get to the park, it's show and go, so you've got to have a plan. So I'm going to introduce to you 5 different exercises. It's going to have you ready. It's not going to take any time at all, but most importantly, they're going to be very effective, and it's all you're going to need.